Hi, my name is Anthony Humphreys. I'm a second-year physical therapy student here at Campbell University, and I'm going to be teaching you how to get more comfortable falling frontwards and to the side.
Hello, my name is Sarah Hanby. I'm a second-year physical therapy student as well, and I'll be instructing you on backwards falls.
All right, so now I'm going to show you what the finished product should look like. This is what we're trying to get you to be able to do, is when you fall, it's instead of getting stiff and falling like we tend to do, we want you to crumple, rotate, and we're trying to get the most of your body touching the mat as we can. And so what it'll look like is if I was to trip like that. All right, so now we're going to show you step one. We're going to show this in several different steps so you can walk through. The first step is going to be on our hands and knees. So Sarah Hamby is going to help me out with this. She's going to be our volunteer. So the first thing that I want you to do is, so you're going to be falling to your left. I want you to get comfortable reaching through with your hand, tucking your shoulder, and tucking your head. And then once you're comfortable tucking, then fall onto not just your shoulder, but I want you to feel the pressure here and throughout your back. Very good. So the next part that we want you to work on and feel comfortable with is coming up from your hands and knees into kneeling. You're going to bring the side that you're going to fall to, that knee forward, angle your foot in. Good. Now we're going to fall this way. We're going to rotate with your shoulder and your head tucked just like we did before. But now we're going to go from our knee and have the force go up to our hip. So it'll look like this. Good. All right, so for step three, if I was doing the whole thing, I would come forward, my foot would go down, and the force would go through my leg. So that's what we're going to emulate here, is we're going to start here with this foot forward. As I roll, I'm going to feel the mat come up my leg, my knee, my hip, and then my back as I rotate, and as you rotate. So it'll look like this. Go ahead and try it, Sarah.
Okay.
Good. All right, so for this last step, we're going to put it all together. So if my foot was to catch on something, I'm going to try and put my foot out to catch myself. Now if that doesn't work, I'm going to go into the crumpling and the turning like we've been practicing. So as I put my foot forward, I'm going to feel that force come up the side of my leg, my knee, my hip, my back, and shoulders as I rotate. So it'll look like this. All right, Sage, you want to give that a shot? Good.
I'm going to instruct you in the backwards roll. This technique is useful for when you fall backwards. Some important things to remember are that, similar to the forward roll, you want to almost feel your body collapsing, crumbling, not just going rigid and falling. So when you fall, you're going to feel it kind of along your back leg here and down. So our first step in breaking down the backwards rolls, I'm going to have you start sitting down on the mat. I want you to have your feet flat on the floor, or at least your heels just connecting. And I want you to bring your arms up, almost like you were a ballerina, right? And then you can push off your feet and roll back. And make sure you tuck your chin. So, okay? Nice job. The next step, we're gonna proceed to half kneeling. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come backwards into the stance. And instead of having both legs facing back and forth, you want your back leg to be diagonal this way, okay? Then you're gonna bring your hands up to the ballerina position again. And as you roll back, you wanna feel the mat on the back side of your leg. And when you tuck your chin, you should finish on the very top of your shoulders here. So. Give it a try.
Okay.
The final step for a backwards roll, we're going to break down into two parts. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is the transition from standing to half kneeling. So once again, have your ballerina pose, and then come back into that position with the back leg diagonal. Okay, and then you're going to just roll back like so. What I want you to practice before doing that and visualizing is this transition right here. This is a critical step into making sure that you roll safely and properly. Okay?
All right.